But Kayla's a pretty decent signing to bring to the team.
Yeah, obviously disappointed that we're not going to have Alana in the lineup, but I think from the moment that we signed her, we knew that this was a possibility. And the reality is that she belongs at that level. And I think the last couple of years probably hasn't seen her get the best opportunity to make that a reality. So the opportunities have come based on the way that she's been performing in Poland, and you can't blame her for taking that. So obviously we're really disappointed that we won't get the benefit of that talent here. But obviously a Tasmanian-born player playing in the WNBA, I think even though we don't get to see it on the court here, it's still pretty special. So, and then obviously, yeah, we're pleased to announce that Kayla Steindl was joining the team, which has been in the works for a while now, but finally come to reality. So she's, her record in NBL1 and Siebel and WNBL as an import stands for itself, and she'll bring a lot of leadership and experience and versatility in terms of her game, being able to play inside and outside, post up and shoot the three from outside. So I'm really looking forward to getting her in the lineup and hopefully take another couple of steps forward.
How's the negotiation been? Obviously, Kayla's been around for a couple of years with the big team.
Yep.
Have you been in the ear that whole time? Or?
Yeah, so we've had some catch-ups over the time, and obviously over the last couple of years she's been busy starting a new family, so her and Clint. So, we were on the borderline of something happening last year, and that didn't quite work out for timing, and we're glad that it's happened now, and probably a great time for her to step into the program with obviously Alana not coming now, and losing Kylie last year. We really have a void there in terms of leadership and that inside presence, so to bring Kayla in is a big bonus.
For those that haven't seen her play much, what's she going to bring on the court specifically?
Yeah, so she's a very intelligent player. I'd say probably a very similar player to Kathleen Shear, but probably a bit bigger and stronger. So got that ability to play on the outside with some athleticism, but also got the strength and I guess game in the post to sort of back people down and be a presence in there. And then really got the high basketball IQ in terms of knowing where to be and when to be there, and on the defensive end as well. So she really fills a lot of needs for us based on the inexperience that we have, particularly in our big spots. So yeah, really pleased to have her on board.
What's the rest of the squad looking like from last year this season?
Yeah, so we've retained the majority of our local players. Obviously Shana Thompson's departed to play for Norwood in the Central Conference. So that's another big hole for us to fill. But the majority of our local players aside from that are still here. And then we're looking to finalise some negotiations with a couple of imports. So hopefully we'll have something on that in the next couple of weeks.
Is the rest local? Anyone from the 2 imports from the rest local?
Most likely 2 imports, potentially another Australian, depending on what opportunities come up. But we're doing lots of talking with lots of players at the moment, and it's getting to the pointy end where decisions are going to be made, across the league, and it's just a bit of a waiting game at this time of year. So over the next month, you'll see our roster and I guess the rest of the rosters across the league take shape. But yeah, again, our focus is to continue that development of our local players. But this year, I guess we're looking to increase our ability to compete, get some more wins on the board, and so I guess bolstering that group with a little bit more experience and polish is probably what we're looking to do this year.
With the imports, what sort of players are you trying to fill, I guess, with those spots?
Yeah, well, I think if you look back to our performance last year, our biggest weakness was turning the ball over. So our focus so far in the off-season with recruiting has been trying to fill those backcourt positions and take some pressure off players like Zoe Banks, Ruby Aaron and Coco Aaron, in terms of allowing them to come out and play with a little bit less pressure. And so, yeah, the idea is to get in a couple of quality guards that can keep the scoreboard ticking over, get the ball over half court into offence for us, and then fill it out from there.
Do you feel you've developed the youngsters enough that it is more about trying to get wins this year, less about trying to sort of coast to the season and develop them? Is it more about wins? Or
it's definitely about both. Where I guess last year we started, a bit of a 3-year journey. We're on the 2nd year of that journey, and that's taking steps forward in that. So obviously last year the biggest focus was to get that development phase in. This year it's sort of a dual focus in terms of I guess, realising the benefits of the improvement that those girls showed last year and trying to let them take a couple more steps forward, but also, I guess, for our fans and for the club and for the sport in general here in Hobart to be a little bit more competitive and I guess set some higher expectations for our group so that we can keep taking those steps forward and not just, I guess, accept what we achieved last year.
Are you happy with the progress the past 12 months, I guess, standing here this time now compared to last year?
Yeah, definitely. There's a player like Zoe Banks has definitely taken some steps forward, and I'm really excited to see what that looks like when we get out on the court on the 1st of April. And there's a few other players that are in that boat as well that have definitely taken steps forward. And I guess as in general, the group is now accustomed to the way I coach and the way that we prepare. We've upped the ante in terms of the number of sessions and the types of sessions that we're doing this pre-season. So again, it's still a steep learning curve for them, but they are developing and coming along quite nicely. And if you look at it in terms of the 3-year plan, the progress is there, and by the end of year 3 we should be a perennial finals contender.
The club's obviously got an association with the Jack Jumpers now. That sort of grows a little bit through Kayla. It must be nice, sort of that partnership continuing to grow.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we want to work closely with all basketball organisations in Hobart or in Tasmania, and the Jack Jumpers are no different there. And obviously, we're very supportive of what they've done with their performance on the floor and their involvement in the community. And to be attached to that with obviously someone with the same surname playing in our team obviously will help. But we're obviously a different program as well, so we've got to remember that and not just sort of follow on from their coattails. We've got to keep our own identity and keep fighting for, I guess, our spot in the market.